up in my head. Broke me, but I'd still be there. Attached by invisible threads up in my head. Growing apart in our separate ways. Kept all the parts where I saw you cared. I can't keep up with all that you did. I won't come close, but I know you're up in my head. Up in my head. Got this eye. Got this eye. Up in my head. Up in my head. Got you up in my head. Up in my head. Up in my head. Up in my head. Got this eye. Got this eye. Up in my head. Up in my head. Got you up in my head. Up in my head.
Got my desk. Got a little seating area with a television, a little coffee station, the bathroom, and then a bedroom. Where's my light switch? I thought that was a light switch, but apparently not. Holy smokies. I just turned on the TV and it's on like this weather channel. I don't even know what to call this. Hold on, let me mute this. So I am currently in Austin, Texas for a work conference, and today was a long day. This was my first ever work trip ever. So I've never really had a trip where I have flown somewhere, had to intake information, and then like have to be up early tomorrow. It's a lot. It's currently 10 o'clock at night. Thankfully, the one nice thing about Texas is that it's on the same time zone as Minnesota, so it's Central Standard Time, so that's amazing. But still, it was like a long day, but not a long day, because thankfully I didn't have to wake up astronomically early. I woke up at my normal time. Aside from the fact that it was a travel day, traveling does kind of take a little bit out of me, because as much as I love traveling, it definitely like, I get those like, oh my God, I just have to make sure I have to be everywhere on time so I don't like miss anything. So I have like those kind of like nerves and anxious moments. But again, I've never had a travel day where I've had to be a functioning human being after I got off the plane. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be a very long day. This is probably going to be a very short vlog because we aren't really like going out and doing stuff. And I realized when I was at the airport, when I'm at the airport, I'm like one track mission. I'm not thinking about filming anything, taking pictures or anything, nothing like that. So I'll try to be a little better at the Austin airport going home. We'll see. But tomorrow should be fun because we're gonna go two-stepping. We'll see how that goes. See what that's all about. I just want to check in because I literally really haven't filmed anything today. That is all. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna go out, put on a sheet mask and watch some YouTube videos and fall asleep. So good night, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm currently getting ready to go out. We are going to a Mexican joint to get some food. Then we are going to a honky tonk to learn some two-stepping. And then after that, we might be going to some place called Christmas in Austin, where apparently they do Christmas all year round. I'm pretty pumped about the concept, theory, expectation of what we may or may not be doing. So, but I was deciding if I want to wear my hat backwards or forwards. If I wore it forwards, bill forwards, I didn't have to do my eyebrows, but if I wear it backwards, my eyebrows just need a little extra look. And I decided, originally I wasn't gonna wear it backwards. The more I wore it backwards, the more I was like, yes, I like this. I don't know why, I'm digging this vibe. So we are doing it. And you know what happens if I don't like it anymore? I just flip it around the other way, because I know for sure I like it forwards. It was just the backwards thing that I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Ooh, that's actually good because I'm wearing green. And I feel like green actually brings out some of the hues I have in my undertones. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Dreaming about what could have been, from memories I hold in my hand. Lost you, but keep these instead up in my head. Growing apart in our separate ways, kept all the parts where I saw you care. I can't keep up with all that you did. I won't come close, but I know you're up in my head, up in my head. Got this eye, up in my head, up in my head. Got you up in my head, up in my head, up in my head, up in my head. Got this eye, up in my head, up in my head. Got you up in my head, up in my head.
Y'all, that trip to Austin was like exhausting in so many different ways, but mostly because our last night there, first off, I drank one too many drinks, and then also I was drinking an array of alcohols, which is never good for Kayla. For Kayla, I have to stick to one alcoholic beverage or style it, like I have to stick with bourbons, or I have to stick with seltzers, or I have to stick with ciders, or whatever. But I was all over the place that night. So needless to say, the next morning, my world was rocked with the worst hangover I have ever had. Like, literally the entire day, I just kept telling everyone, I was like, I wish I just, like, expelled something from my body, if you know what I mean. It just didn't happen. I spent the morning struggling through what was left of our work trip, and then at the airport I slept by my gate for 3 to 4 hours, and then on the plane I took a half-assed nap on and off while watching Superstore, and then I got home and I went to bed. And the next morning I woke up and it was still a little rough. But you know, that's life. And that's what happens when you make poor life choices. You suffer your consequences. But anyways, with all of that aside, I've been watching a lot of Booktube lately. A lot. An insane amount. I have found people and genres that I really, not that I never had interest in, but were never really on my radar, to say the least. I say this with my whole entire chest, unabashedly. I despise the aesthetic of rainbow bookcases. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it's ridiculous. Rainbow bookcases tear series apart. It tears authors apart. Don't get me wrong. There's no rhyme or reason to how I typically have my books ordered. There is actually. Typically, I go through phases where I always want to rearrange my bookcases, and my books are usually either haphazardly put everywhere, alphabetical order by author, or alphabetical order by title. And for series specifically, so like take The Hunger Games, which is right here. This would go in the H's. Because the first book is called The Hunger Games, and like everyone kind of knows the trilogy as the Hunger Games trilogy, right? So like Lord of the Rings is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So this whole concept and theory of ordering by color makes me think that you just have books for the aesthetic. I don't know why I feel so passionately about it, but I hate it. And that's the thing, is like delving into this Booktube universe, I feel like everyone has a white bookcase setup. They all have white bookcases, and they all have it in color theory. How I'm organizing it currently is the ones up on like these top shelves here and kind of trickling down are gonna be like my TBR list for the year. Obviously that might change, but those are the books I really want to tackle this year in particular. But yeah, I don't know how exactly I want to rearrange it. I just know I want to rearrange it. I have decided, so last year I didn't really buy books at all. If you were here at the beginning of the year, specifically on Instagram, because I wasn't vlogging back at the beginning of 2023, but in 2023, when I was streaming on Twitch, crazy, I was streaming on Twitch. We're gonna get back to streaming, I promise. I just have to figure out what's happening in the life of Kayla. Where am I gonna be living, in a few months' time? If we're staying here, great. I just need to plan accordingly. But if we're moving, I don't want to really start any big projects until after we move, if that makes sense. Streaming will be coming back for anyone who's here from my Twitch days. It's just a matter of when streaming will start. All of that to say, 2023 was my year of like, I'm not buying books just to buy books. Check books out from the library, and if I really enjoy a book, then I'll buy the book, which was great. Love that. And I've really enjoyed going to the library. My girlfriend and I would always run into each other at the library, which was so fun. I would be returning books or checking out books, and I would like leave and I would see her and be like, oh my god, hey, crazy seeing you here. And then we like catch up real quick. And I absolutely love that. I've decided that 2024 is the year of F it. I'm buying all the books I want. This year, some of these may be from like late December last year, but I'm going to include them in books that I've purchased this year so far. We have Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie, because I've decided that Agatha Christie and I are going to become BFFs this year. I have The Christmas Murder Game. Clearly, these were 'tis the season. I have Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. If We Were Villains, this was actually a book I had checked out last year, and I probably got 3 to 4 chapters in, and I just like kept putting it off. It's not a DNF book, and for anyone who doesn't know, because I just learned this phrase recently, DNF just stands for did not finish. So I want to finish this book is the thing, but it kept getting to the point of me having to return it to the library. So I finally bought it, and I'm gonna get into this. Also, this was on Amazon for like $10 hardcover, so just an FYI. And then I also purchased A Power Unbound. I've gotten not pretty far. I'm probably like 6-7 chapters in this book already, and I have discovered I will have to read the other 2 books because it keeps... Okay, A Power Unbound is the final chapter of a trilogy, which I was not aware of until after the fact when I started reading it. And I was like, you know what, I kind of just want to buy this because I did check it out from the library. And so I decided to buy it. But when I went to buy it, in like the actual Amazon link for it, it was like A Power Unbound 3 of 3. And I was like, oh god, it's part of a trilogy. I had no idea. And when I first started reading it, it felt very much like easy standalone read. And the further I get into it, the further I realize that I should probably read the other 2 books, because while yes, so far it's completely readable on its own, there are like certain references to what I know is going to probably be in book 1 or 2. So I think just for better context to this, obviously I'll know the end, but I think for better context I should probably read the first and second one of this series. But so far, A Power Unbound is pretty stinking good. Those are the books I have purchased thus far this year. I have also signed up for the Book of the Month Club, because why the heck not? A book will be coming in the first week of February. It's like a spooky ooky romance, so I'm excited for that. That's that on that. Also, I'm back on my Yeti shit. Kayla was a big Yeti fan back in when everyone was a Yeti fan, realistically. But for some reason, after this whole Stanley fiasco that's been going on, I've decided that Yeti and we're making a comeback in 2024. There's so much fun coming to this channel. It's not going to be vlogs for much longer, let's just say that. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please leave a like, comment, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Anyways, that's all. Bye.